guys, welcome to First Time Mom Mistakes. My name's Kathy, and I'm here to talk about everything that I wish I would have known before I ever started my own journey. No fancy makeup, no fancy effects, just keeping it real with you every day for 10 minutes, talking about stuff that hopefully is very useful. So, today I'd like to talk about your postpartum care, especially in the first few days after giving birth to your baby. For some reason, I didn't know much about this topic going into labor, and I'm not sure why. It just never came up with my OBGYN. I never talked about it with my friends or family. So I was kind of shocked, honestly, how much self care I had to do with natural birth. I was very prepared if I had to get a cesarean to recover from surgery, but I didn't know that, beyond like just basic soreness, there would be much to self care after giving birth to my baby. So let's get right into it. I'd like to go over all the items that I personally used. That again, I wish I would have been more mentally prepared to need in the first place. So first thing first, to keep in mind, you will be bleeding a lot for a long time. So it's not like your period for a week you bleed. After giving birth, you bleed for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. And eventually it kind of trickles down and it stops. So you will definitely want to have a lot of maximum absorption overnight type pads because you will go through many of them. Kind of on that same note, your hospital might have some of these items, so definitely double check and see if they have them before buying anything. I was really lucky to receive a lot of these from the hospital. So another thing you'll want to consider is this hospital underwear. Now, I've read online, some people say, I don't like this underwear, I prefer my own. I thought this was the most amazing thing ever in the first few weeks after delivering my baby. It's because it's stretchy, it's comfortable, whatever pads you have, and if you have ice packs and so forth, it's just so comfortable, and they get dirty a lot, so you just throw them away. My OBGYN did tell me about these, and she said if you can at all, just get them from the hospital, ask for more to take home. So that's another item. Now, when you give birth as a first time mom, a lot of times you're gonna tear. So you'll probably get stitches. And what that means is when you go to the restroom, it's pretty painful. It just burns. So you'll want to get one of these little squirt bottles. This is gonna be your best friend, squirt irrigation bottle. And you'll just basically fill it up with kind of lukewarm water every single time you go to the restroom, and it's going to really help take that burn away. Another lifesaver is going to be this burn kind of freeze spray. So you just, after you go to the restroom every time, you just spray this, as much as you want, and it really takes that burn, the pain away for a little bit, or at least it lessens it. So this was honestly my best friend. Now, one thing I don't have to show you is an ice pack. A lot of people really like putting ice packs kind of on top of their pads, or even have I'll link a pad that is also an ice pack. I personally didn't use those. The ice packs were just too cold for me. In the hospital, I did put some ice packs under the pad, just because I couldn't deal with the direct contact with the ice pack. But a lot of people really like them. Some kind of make it yourself type deal. There's some ideas online, including you can take a baby diaper and fill it with some crushed ice. You can use something like that, or you can buy them. There's definitely some specialty ones. And then another item that's also something you'll probably get from the hospital, but again, in case you don't, is witch hazel wipes. So these are anti-inflammatory. You will have a lot of inflammation. and they kind of help to take that down and just in general soothe that whole area. So I know that this stuff is not very pretty to talk about, but I feel like it's very, very important. I was just so shocked that I would be in as much pain as I was for probably, the first 2 weeks were just very hard. I mean, I told you in a previous video, I had to sit on the memory foam pillow on my way home, and that continued anytime we had to go and do any kind of baby pediatrician visits. I just always sat on the memory foam pillow. It was hard for me to walk very fast, just a lot of pain, and I was not prepared for that. Also, keep in mind, if you ever had any history of hemorrhoids, those are going to come on out, and that's an additional layer of pain that you'll need to deal with. So prepare your favorite hemorrhoid cream, just to kind of try to soothe that as fast as possible after the fact. But yeah, just mentally prepare yourself, I would say, to the fact that it's not just going to be caring for the baby, you will also need to care for yourself. So every time you go to the restroom, it's an ordeal, and it's painful, and just in general sitting again, it's case by case, depends on how long you were pushing, depends on if you have history of hemorrhoids, depends on if you tear, but overall, I wish I would have been prepared for the fact that I needed to do all of this, and of course the ongoing bleeding. So hopefully that helps you, and I will link everything that I just talked about in the description below. Some of those items I did not personally use, some I did, and I just happened to find them on Amazon, even though I had received them from the hospital. So first thing, just double check with your hospital, see if they're gonna offer those to you for free. In that case, just take them home with you, and definitely grab some extra undies if they're available. All right, well, that was my video for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please subscribe. If you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer those for you, and I will see you again tomorrow.